there is a list at the back of the book. It's sort of a roll of honour, which details all the fictional characters and the real people who died during the Easter Rising, during the events the novel deals with. In A Self Award in Orange Rain, there's a similar list. It's a bit more of a memorial list, but it lists people that were killed, again, fictional and real life people involved in the Troubles and who died as a result of the Troubles, the events that that book kind of deals with. When I was coming to do White Leaves, I knew that I couldn't do exactly the same kind of a list because it's just a book that covers too vast a time period for that list to be practical. It would have been nearly as long as the book, I suspect. And also, at the end of the book is really trying to look towards the future rather than looking back into the past. So what I actually did instead was, as you'll see when you eventually look at a copy of the book, the back page of the book is left blank, and there's just a little line that says that it's left intentionally blank for the names of future victims of the enduring conflict in Ireland. I had absolutely no idea that there would be a name to add to that list immediately, but Lyra McKee, as Jan said, has been killed just a week ago. And it's particularly poignant for me because she's exactly the generation of my fictional character, Cian Duffy, who grows up during the peace and kind of post-Good Friday Agreement peacetime. So, both, Liz McKee and my character Cian should have been growing up in a time that was free from violence, free from fear, free from prejudice, but neither of them actually were able to do that, and I just think that that's a terrible tragedy, really. And Lyra's killing and Cian Duffy's life as it unfolds in the pages of a book, you will see, those events they're both real and they're realistic for Cian. It just flags up, I think, the problems that are still ongoing in Ireland and the fact that we're not really kind of close to solving them yet. I think it's fair to say that the Good Friday Agreement obviously made things better, but better is a relative term. It just shows how bad things were rather than how good they are. And I think that if we want things to be better, we will kind of need to do anything that we can to sort of make sure that that's something that's going to happen in the future. And I just hope that people will kind of think about that when they're actually reading the novel. So I'm just going to read the opening section, which, as Jan said, starts when Cian is 9 years old, and it starts on Good Friday, the 10th of April 1998 in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I put down the wee paintbrush. The face has gone wrong. I didn't mean it to be frowning. It looks cross. I want to smash it. It's hard boiled, so it won't make a mess. My stomach squirms. I push the spotty blue egg cup with the frowny-faced egg across the table. Da, I feel sick. Didn't I tell you not to be eating 3 cream eggs? Now you'll not want your lunch. He stands from the kitchen table, runs a tap, fills a glass. Drink this. I sip the water. I don't like water. Can't I have some orange in it? Not unless you want to be seeing those cream eggs again, he says. Are you going to finish that? He points at the hard-boiled egg with its screwed-up eyes and squiggly mouth. I was going to do big ears and red hair, but now I don't want to. I shake no. Go lie down for a bit then. He pats my head. I don't like it when he pats my head. I'm not a dog. Pull away from him and trudge upstairs. I lie on my bed but don't go to sleep. I study the ceiling. It's white with a brown mark off a leak last year in the loft. Dar said he was going to paint it for me. Said he was going to paint the whole room and I could pick the colours. He promised. I close my eyes so I can't see the brown mark anymore. I feel better now. My stomach's not squirming around. I get up and step out onto the landing. Still no news? Dar's in the hall on the phone. Even though we've got a new cordless one, he still mostly stands in the hall to use it, which is good, because it makes it easier for me to hear him. I sit on the 3rd stair from the top. The 3rd stair works best. It's down far enough so I can hear, but high enough to hide me. I thought they'd agreed on that. Why not? Oh, fine. Let me know if there's any change. He sounds unhappy. Maybe you'll have to work later. We promised he wouldn't work today. I stay sitting, thinking about going down. It must be lunchtime. Dad puts the phone back. I get to my feet, go down 2 stairs so he sees me. He sort of jumps when he does. Cian, are you feeling better? I shrug. I'm okay. Do you want lunch? I nod. Follow him into the kitchen. There are hot cross buns. Mrs. McMullen brought them. She let Dar think she made them, but I bet she bought them. Dar puts them under the grill. I get the butter and 2 plates. The phone rings again. Watch those, Cian. Dar races into the hall. I stand behind the door, listening. Bet he has to go to work. Hello? Oh, Dan, I thought... No, I know, I've been waiting, hoping, Christ's sake, praying. Dar's telling Uncle Dan lies. Dar never prays. We don't go to church. I'm glad we don't. Ryan said it's dead boring, sitting there while the priest says stuff in a funny language. What's the point if you can't even understand what he's saying? Thanks, but we've got plans for later, Dar is saying. Lunch, a kickabout, then finish that Lego pirate ship of yours. Dar's meaning the one Uncle Dan gave me for Christmas. We're only building it now because Dar's had to work so much. Aye, and you. Keep everything crossed. Bye. Dar puts the phone down. A dart to the cooker. The smoke coming from the grill. He yanked the grill can out. I thought you were washing those, Dar said. He's got his arms folded, but he's smiling, so he's not crossing it. Sorry, Dar. We'll scrape the burnt bits off. He gets a knife, stands at the sink and scrapes. Black crumbs mucky the washing up bowl. Dar butters them thickly, but the hot crosses still taste burnt. I don't mourn though, it's my fault. We'll have that kickabout next, Dar says. I take it you're okay now. I'm eating my third burnt bun. I nod. Can we go to the park? Dar frowns. We usually play in the garden, but it's too small for a proper game. The park's bigger, but not really big enough. It would be. We could use all of it, but we're not allowed to go over the line, to their side. It's not a real line. Well, aye, it is a real line, but it's not a painted-on line. Everyone knows where the line is, even though it's invisible. We don't cross to their side, they don't cross to our side. That's the rules. But sometimes they cross, or we do. Then there's trouble. That's why Dar doesn't like playing in the park. Please, Dar. All right, he says. I think it might be okay today. We walk to the park. There's not many people about. On bank holidays, there's usually lots of people about, visiting and stuff. Why is it so quiet today, Dar? I don't know, Cian. He doesn't look at me when he answers. That means he's lying. He tells me off when he catches me lying, but he lies when he thinks it's something he has to do. He told me that if it's important and you're doing it to protect someone, it's okay to lie, but that I'm too young to know when it's okay, so I shouldn't ever lie. I think that's shite. So he can lie when he wants to, but tell me off when I do. I wonder if he lies when he's in court, so as he can win the case. And if he lies in court and the judge finds out, does he tell Dar off? He knows why it's so quiet today. Hiya, Cian, Ryan shouts over, pedaling across the park to me and Dar. Tomo and Mikey are here too. They jog beside Ryan till he reaches. What are you doing here? I ask. Me ma said to get out from under her feet, Ryan says. So we thought we'd have a game, but he looks at my putty. We haven't got a ball. Why not? Dar asks. Lost it. Tomo points to the other side of the park, over the invisible line. We all look. The ball's rolled near the slide. Their side has the slide and swings. They must have got to pick sides first. There's a man leaning against the slide, smoking. He's about Dar's age. I know because his hair's a bit grey like Dar's. He's wearing a puffer jacket. He'll be roasted in it because the sun's out. Don't know why he wears such a thick jacket today. I look for his dog. When grown-ups come to the park, it's to let their dogs run around. But there's no dog. He's just standing near Ryan's ball, smoking, staring at us. But Dar, he's one of them. He knows where the other lot, because we're on our side. He drops his cigarette, stamps it with his boot. Maybe he'll go now he's finished smoking and we'll be able to sneak across, get Ryan's ball. He doesn't go. He straightens up, looks at the ball, then at us. He points to the ball, then to us. Ryan steps forward and nods, but Dar grabs his shoulder, yanking him back. The man doesn't say anything, though he's close enough to. Dar doesn't say anything either. He just hisses, shh, to Ryan. But it doesn't matter, because the man saw Ryan nod, knows it's Ryan's ball. He picks it up. He's going to throw it over. He nods us a, get ready, here it comes nod. Ryan wriggles out of Dar's grip and stretches to catch the ball. The man smiles. He raises the ball over his head. Then he spins round, throws it away from us, deeper into their side. It flies for a bit, drops down, bounces, and rolls under some bushes. Oi, that's... Ryan starts. Dar clips Ryan's arm, shutting him up. The man faces us. He unzips his jacket. He must be sweltered in it. He reaches inside, his right hand going towards his left armpit. We copped it at school once for making farting noises with our hands in our armpits. Don't think the man's going to make farting noises. Dar pushes me behind him, reaches for Ryan, dragging him backwards. Lads, he says to Mikey and Tomo, who are on his other side. They edge near to me as Dar steps forward so he's in front of us. I lean around Dar to check what the man's doing. He still has his hand inside his jacket. Time to go, Dar mumbles. But he doesn't turn, so we don't move. Cian, aye, Dar. Head yourselves to the gate. You're not coming, Dar? In a minute. I look at Ryan, Tomo and Mikey. Ryan's got a face like my frowny egg. He's never getting through all that. Mikey's chewing his thumbnail. Tomo shrugs at me. Now, Cian, Dar hisses. Turn, start walking. The others walk beside me. We get halfway to the gate. I look behind. Dar's still facing the man who's facing him. Slowly, the man pulls his hand out of his coat. I stop walking to watch. All right, if anybody would like another drink, and